You know, I videotape a lot of sunrises, and I think this is my favorite one so far this year. Look at those colors. Happy Friday. Let's have a best day possible kind of day. I could stand out here all day and just look at this, but then they'd fire me. And I like to eat, so I'll probably go back to work now. First meal of this Carnivor Friday. I got 4 scrambled eggs with fat-free cheese, 4 of the meatballs from last night with some fat-free mozzarella. I plan on this being my heaviest meal of the day, because I really prefer breakfast over lunch. So I'm going to destroy this now. Alright, work day is over. I wish I could say work week is over, even though it's Friday. I do have a couple things I need to knock out tomorrow morning, so I'll be at work for a couple hours, which is fine. Yeah, not a horrible week. I will be honest though, I'm not feeling my best. The whole keto flu thing definitely gets worse throughout the day. I think part of it is I'm not completely carb free, as in I do drink an energy drink, a sugar-free energy drink in the mornings, and it does have, I think, 4 grams of carbs in it. I think that helps break up some of the keto flu, but by midday, I'm feeling it pretty rough. Very tired. I actually took a little bit more caffeine in today than I normally would, because I'm kind of combating that tiredness. So there's benefits to this, there's downsides, and I plan on doing a full sit down and review after I finish the full 7 days. So I got about 2.5 days left. I've committed to doing a 7-day carnivore, but sneak preview, I don't know if this is for me as a whole. I do miss carbs. I think the big thing I've learned from this is cutting out a lot of the processed carbs, you know, the breads and the sugars. I definitely want to continue that. I've seen huge positive momentum this week with that. Not only do I feel better, but I can tell my weight has dropped. I can see it in my body and my face, and that could just be like a water retention thing, but I still see it. I feel like my skin is better. Like I've, you know, some acne issues I've had, I don't have right now. I'm sleeping better when I'm sleeping, but I'm having a really hard time waking up. And then that midday lull is definitely hitting me. So definite benefits to this, definite downsides. I do believe I'm going to try to make it to the gym this evening, because I know I said I haven't figured out what I want my gym routine to be. I'm going to be honest. I hit the ground running 5 days a week. Started feeling not great from that, just because I think it was overtraining my body, not giving it time to heal. But I'm somebody that if I fall off the train, I fall off the train, and I don't want to fall off the train. Giggity. So maybe I go in and do just a different workout. Maybe I don't do the full body workouts that I've been doing. I like the feeling of the full bodies. I like hitting everything. And then my gym partner, who's also my wifey, she likes doing the full body. So that's why I've been doing it more and more, but it may not be the way to go. So we shall see where the wind takes us. I try not to do this, but I'm so dang tired. So I need a little more caffeine in my system. And then my secret weapon, keto junk food. Carnivore friendly pork rinds, queso flavored. No carbs. Got some protein. Got sugar. No sugar. Got salt. I'm hungry, man. I'm hungry for something that's not necessarily meat. So this is still animal product, just processed. I'm gonna get this. So I decided against going to lift weights tonight. 2 reasons. One, I think I'm going to go with the cadence of every other day weight training to give my muscles time to recover properly. And second, and selfishly, tomorrow is my weigh-in for the week. I know that when I weight train, I typically put on a pound or 2 water retention healing. I'd rather have a day of healing between lifting and get a truer weight in. So I decided to go for a walk instead. We are at just a little bit over 16,000 steps for the day. I'm going to round it out at a nice 20,000. And to do that, I'm going to hit my favorite trail. So let's do that for a while, shall we? Time for that end of week weigh-in. 240.4. Okay. Not a bad week. Not a bad week. It is Saturday, February 1st. It is 10 in the morning. I just left Chick-fil-A with 50 boxed breakfasts on my overtime day. Well, I don't get overtime, but an overtime day at work, going in for a couple hours to take care of some business, to take care of the people, to take care of us. We're buying them breakfast. So I picked up the food, and I'm the guy on a diet. So I don't know if you can see or not, but I have 50 boxed Chick-fil-A lunches in the backseat of my truck on a morning where I forgot to make myself breakfast, because Saturday mornings I usually have time to get up and cook. I don't have to pre-cook the night before. On the last day of the carnivore diet, which I've been struggling with a little bit towards the end. So, riding in my truck right now is hell. But I am dedicated to the experiment. I am dedicated to myself and my family to lose this weight. I am dedicated to the Speedo in July. So I'm on my way to work to give everybody a nice awesome breakfast, and then probably not eat myself until I get off, because there's nothing in those vending machines that'll do me any justice. So yeah, Saturday morning, right? Let's go. Off work, pretty hungry, so stopping at the grocery store real quick, pick up a few things. I'm gonna try a buffalo chicken cream cheese thing, still carnivore. So, sun's in my eyes, so if I look squinty, it's because I'm squinty. But yeah, stop at the grocery store, pick up a few things, head home, get the heater. Let's do it. So just picking up a few things. Got some ground beef, some turkey sausage. Get a little Dijon mustard to spice up some of the chicken. Philadelphia cream cheese, reduced fat, because there's a buffalo chicken thing I want to try. I have buffalo sauce already, so I came over here and then remembered I've already got this. Some stew meat, beef tips that I'm going to cook probably tomorrow night. And then, of course, another thing of eggs. I've noticed on carnivore I go through eggs worse than most chickens. So, and the price of eggs keeps going up. Price of eggs is too damn high. So I'm going to get out of here before I buy anything I don't need to be eating. And as I am moving forward with my weight loss adventure, I will be cutting out the sugar-free sodas and energy drinks. So to ease into that, I'm going to get a little bit of a water enhancer. These have got to be better than sodas, right? It's putting some chemicals in the water versus, well, chemicals in water with the diet sodas. Anyhow, I also kind of want something with electrolytes, so maybe this Propel might be the way to go. Yeah, that's so probably have it in frame. I'm gonna try the Propel, and then probably the Mio, just for this to replace the energy drinks in the morning, this to replace the diet sodas, because I just really don't like coffee. Oh shit, making a mess. Let's get it. So, got some chicken breast tenderloins. Unfortunately, I forgot to thaw these out last night, so they're still frozen. But I'm going to pop them in my toaster oven for about 30-40 minutes on bake. Start at 30 minutes and go from there. I'll probably, a few minutes in, pull them out for a second to add seasoning. I don't want to add seasoning to the frozen chicken, because then it just kind of rolls off. So we'll go from there. I completely forgot to record the rest of the cooking. So chicken breast, low fat cream cheese, and buffalo sauce. Taste pretty dang good. And of course, a 0-calorie Pepsi. Not a bad dinner. Easy to make. All right, so I've completed 1 full week of a restrictive carnivore diet. And I kind of wanted to go through the pros and cons that are my personal opinions, and then kind of give my verdict on whether or not I feel that this diet is something I'd like to continue doing or not so much for me. So let's start with the pros that I felt with the carnivore diet, and that's what I have on my little sheet that I'm reading from here. Better sleep. I'm somebody who wakes up umpteenth times a night, I felt like with the high protein diet and the no carbs that I was sleeping through the night consistently. So I'd go to sleep, I'd wake up a good amount of solid sleep time. I also wasn't having to get up to use the bathroom in the middle of the night, which I'm kind of used to, so that was a nice change. So big plus for that point. I stayed full most of the time. Very little cravings or hunger. Towards the end of the night, sometimes I would get cravings for sweets or things of that nature, but I stayed strong with it. So I will say that I stayed satiated most of the week thanks to the high protein content that I was eating. Accelerated weight loss. I absolutely lost more weight this week than I have in previous weights in my weight loss journey. So I did feel like the cutting the carbs, the sugars, everything that wasn't protein and meat and animal based definitely was helping accelerate my weight loss. Strength. My workouts, when I did get up there to do them, I felt much stronger at the beginning of the workouts. My first sets, I could definitely add additional weight and push a little harder, and I think that's thanks to the extra protein I was taking in. I felt leaner, less bloated. Looking in the mirror a few days later, my stomach was smaller. Now that could be because of the carnivore. It could be because I was in week 6 of a calorie deficit and it's finally starting to hit my stomach. Either way though, I felt less bloated. I felt like I had less inflammation in my body. I deal with some issues with my feet, I think because of gout and diabetes, that I really didn't have to deal with as much last week. So that was definitely a plus. I felt my skin was better. I'm somebody who even in his 40s now deals with acne, and I felt that my skin was staying cleaner throughout the day, less oily. With the exception of when I was cooking, I had to wash my face every time I cooked because of the extra grease from the meat. So overall, those are my pros of the carnivore diet that I felt throughout the week. Here's the downsides that I felt. Being able to go. I used the restroom maybe twice last week. I'm somebody who typically is pretty consistent at least once a day. Now, obviously, it's because I was consuming less overall, and I was consuming no fiber. People are back and forth whether or not you truly need the fiber in your diet. I'm somebody that I don't like not going on a regular basis. I felt heavier, especially towards the back half of the week. Even now, I'm still feeling pretty weighed down, although the scale says I'm not. So, weaker overall performance in the gym. So like I mentioned, I would start out much stronger, but after that initial set, I was getting winded so fast. And on my last workout I did, I couldn't finish a full cycle. I was beat. I was dead tired. I had to go sit down, catch my breath, and recover. And I'm not used to that. I think part of that was the lack of carbohydrates. Obviously, carbohydrates are the first place your body goes, especially when doing intensive training or weight training, and I wasn't there. Very restrictive. I love eggs. By the end of this week, I'm not sure I want to eat eggs again for a little while. The steak, the pork, the chicken, great stuff. But not having much variety to it, not being able to add as much flavor outside of salts, really was not that appealing to me. Towards the end, I was getting creative with mixing cottage cheese and tuna just to change some flavor profiles. My wife said it was disgusting. I thought it was the best thing I'd put in my mouth all week. Giggity. I was concerned with cholesterol. So doing my own research a little bit, watching other people's results, listening to some doctors, your cholesterol will increase on the carnivore diet. Some people swear that it's a good thing. Some people state that, in the 40s and 50s, having a cholesterol of 300 plus was considered a good thing. We also used to drill holes in people's heads to let the evil spirits out. I'm already somebody who is very high on cholesterol and looking to reduce. The carnivore diet definitely adds that in. Not the lifestyle I want. As I've mentioned before in previous vlogs, I'm looking to make a permanent change in my life, and I've done so in the past 6 weeks, right? I'm exercising more, I'm eating less, I'm eating better quality things. The carnivore diet is an absolute lifestyle change, but I'm not so sure it's the lifestyle change I want. Another concern I had was lack of nutrition. There's vitamins and minerals that I know I'm not getting this week. A lot of people offset that by adding quite a few organ meats to their diet. I'm somebody who cannot do that because I have gout. Organ meats, the purines in organ meats, are the massive trigger for me to not be able to walk. When that happens, my uric acid shoots through the roof, and then it's like walking on broken glass and broken bones. So I'm not somebody who can subsidize the vitamins and minerals you would normally get from plant materials by consuming organs because of uric acid and gout. In conclusion, here's my thoughts. I don't feel that the carnivore diet is the right diet for me, based off of I want more variety in my diet. I wasn't in love with the workouts, and I can't fully commit to it because I can't consume the organ meats because of gout. I'm sure people in the comment sections are going to say, well, you didn't give it enough time. You're supposed to do it for 90 days. You're supposed to do it for a year, yada, yada. I committed to a week, and although there were absolute benefits to this type of eating, the non-benefits outweigh the benefits in my mind. What have I learned? I learned that cutting processed sugar and most carbs out of my diet is absolutely the way to go. Moving forward, that's what we're going to be doing. The added sugars, the donuts, any of that type of stuff, which I've already been very, very, very aggressive on not putting in my diet, are gone, right? Removing bread altogether, removing pastas altogether. The only sugars and carbs that I intend to put back in my diet is I want vegetables back in my diet. I miss vegetables. I miss the flavor profiles. I miss the fiber. I miss the way I feel when I'm eating a good amount of vegetables. I'm adding fruits back into my diet in moderation. Mainly things such as berries, strawberries for the antioxidants. The natural sugars that you get are minimal compared to like a Snickers bar. Bananas for the potassium. I did notice that not having bananas for the week, I was getting cramps quite a bit. And I was consuming more water than usual on purpose, so I'm not sure where the cramping was coming from. So this morning was the first time I had a meal that was non-carnivore, and it was beautiful. I applaud anybody who commits to the carnivore diet as a lifestyle change. It's just not the lifestyle change that I'm looking for. End of the day, what I'm trying to establish now and do are things that I plan on doing for the rest of my life. I don't see myself living off of meat, cheese, and fats for the rest of my life. 7 days of carnivore, an amazing experience. I'm glad I did it. I will probably try something similar a couple times a year just to purge all carbs out of my diet. But yeah, definitely going to be adding fruits and vegetables back into my diet. One thing I am going to be doing is the days where I weight lift, I'm going to be increasing my carbs with white rice. The days that I know I'm not going to be lifting, I'm going to be going very low carb, almost down to zero in most instances, with the exception of carbohydrates that would come from vegetables. So the fruit and the vegetables will be my source of any sugars or carbohydrates, and white rice on days that I know I'll be lifting, so I get that extra carbohydrate boost to make sure I can push through my workouts. Because this is a weight loss adventure, but I'm also building muscle, and I see it in my body that I want the physique that I had in my late 20s, early 30s back. And it's definitely there. I just got to put in the work. Anyhow, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. I'll see you on the next one. First non-carnivore meal in a week. It's 1 p.m. on Sunday, and I'm having 2 scrambled eggs with fat-free cheddar cheese. I'm having 3 protein pancakes with chopped up strawberries and blueberries, and then a little bit of sugar-free Cool Whip instead of any kind of syrup. I'm absolutely salivating at this because I've been craving fruits and vegetables for a week, so I'm going to enjoy this.